Finally, after days of searching, I get my first glimpse of the largest and most powerful freshwater invertebrate on the planet. All I have to do is grab it. And that's a strange feeling. That's a very strange feeling. There's suction, but there's something sharp going on as well. Ah, it's really getting stuck in there. Oh. I'm gonna have to go for a swim. I don't know what I'm thinking, apart from being desperate not to lose this fish, regardless of my own safety.
A surprisingly clear bill of health, given the number of countries you've been to and the amount of exposure that you've told me about in those various countries.
I feel like I've gotten away by the skin of my teeth. By rights, I'm not going to get this in. In fact, I think I wasn't even particularly worried, because I just thought we're not going to get it in. He wasn't too amused by the fact that he was just pulled out of his hole like that. The shot that's coming up, it just gives me the shivers every time I see it. It's not just about catching the fish, it's getting the moment on camera as well, and this is a classic example. I have to make a real effort to keep my heart rate down. There's this real visceral reaction, this close proximity. And I'm just trying to sort of calm myself down a little bit and get into proper observation mode. What's actually quite good about having limited time is it really concentrates my mind. So all the time I'm thinking, am I fishing effectively now? If it's just me and nobody else around, I can afford to sit back, and if I don't get anything today, I can come back tomorrow, next week, or whatever. So generally speaking, we do get the result. I mean, we actually have an incredible record over the years. We will get the result normally in the time that we've got. Once or twice we've maybe had to extend a shoot. Sometimes, very rarely, I can come back, but normally that's not an option. This is the first time I've been in the water so close to such a large predator, and the only way this is possible is because I've got this very strong tube that I'm in, and if that wasn't there, well, it just doesn't bear thinking about what could happen. After only the briefest of touches, it feels like my skin is on fire. And that was with less than 1/10 of an inch of contact. Yes, it's starting to burn. It's starting to burn. It's dialing up a little bit. Yeah.
Imagine 6 or 7 feet worth of that. I mean, you've probably got 1/4 of an inch maybe.
Yes.
So, dial it up a heck of a lot, and you start to get some indication of the pain that goes with it.
Right. I've got it. I possibly need to grab it a little bit closer to the head. And what I want to avoid it doing is getting its body around my arm, because if that happens, what can happen, it can actually restrict the blood flow, and my hand will eventually go numb and then let go. After only the briefest of touches, it feels like my skin is on fire. And that was with less than 1/10 of an inch of contact. Yes, it's starting to burn. It's starting to burn. It's dialing up a little bit. Yeah.
Imagine 6 or 7 feet worth of that. I mean, you've probably got 1/4 of an inch maybe.
Yes.
So, dial it up a heck of a lot, and you start to get some indication of the pain that goes with it.
I have to make a real effort to keep my heart rate down. There's this real visceral reaction, this close proximity. And I'm just trying to sort of calm myself down a little bit and get into proper observation mode. It goes in very cleanly, but, it's going to make a real mess when you pull it out. Imagine being stabbed by a large steak knife, only this one's smeared with poison, and it really shreds your flesh when it comes out.
could move on, but my instinct tells me I should get a closer look at one of these bait thieves.
When they're about to stun something, do you get much warning if they're going to do that? Do I hear a...
You will get some kind of warning, but it might not be too much for you to react in time.
Have you ever felt that you might be on the menu, or they might be thinking along those lines?
When I first started diving with these animals, I had no idea what they were going to do. People sort of thought they were big, sleepy catfish type animals that really were not particularly predatory, were not particularly curious. Well, it turns out that they do all kinds of things we never expected.
I don't know if it's going to get any better. I am operating, I feel, right at the edge of my capability here. This is a very challenging underwater environment. You've got no bottom to refer to. That's a mile and a half away. I can't quite believe it. At the very last moment of an epic hour-long battle, the fish has managed to spit the hook. But all is not lost, because I got an ID.